Taurus, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early June 2022. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, shall we, my friends? Let's start this off with an oracle card just to breeze in nice and smooth. Take a little energy check, a little vibe check for the lovely Taurus collective. I hope you're all doing fantastic, my friends. But my gods, talk to me. What do we got? And yeah, we're just going to take a quick look at this first oracle card, then we'll get into the full tarot reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card with the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you could deal with in this time, if you're so inclined. That's always interesting to me. I like when it links in with the full reading. But let's get this first card out here. What do we got for Taurus, please? Guys, talk to me. Yeah, the deck is being specific. There we go. Took us long enough. Okay, so this could be somebody possibly avoiding issues, or there could be matters of aesthetics. There's usually two main things I think of with this card. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the June subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you're active on Twitter, my handle's at kyleofcupsoracle. Please feel free to shoot me a tweet. But into the reading we go. If we look at this lovely lady here, she is within that flock of birds. I'm not sure if they're storks, but they are birds. And it looks like she's trying to blend in, am I right? So when I see this card, I think of somebody that, sure, it could be a little bit reclusive or trying to avoid issues. Not wanting any drama, not wanting anybody's BS affecting them. Like just somebody trying to blend in with the crowd. So could be you or someone you're tied to being a little avoidant, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Like somebody that just doesn't want any sort of drama or BS. However, this card can also, to me, represent aesthetics and beauty because of the costume that she's in. So maybe you have extra attention on how you look, how you present yourself. Maybe you're feeling really good, similar to the Queen of Wands. So we'll just see. But matters of looks and aesthetics and how things are perceived could absolutely be a message of this card. Let's get into tarot. Like I always say, that doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's see what we got here for Taurus, please, my guides. Talk to me. What do we got? Let's get these first three out here. And yeah, last couple of weeks, the readings have been pretty nice for you, Taurus, which was a nice little change because I know we hit a little streak there for a while where the readings were a little volatile and rough. But yeah, last week's reading was titled Exciting News Incoming, so hopefully you received some. It was a positive reading for sure. So we're going to hope to keep that going. Either way, though, you know energy is never set in stone. It's always moving in different directions. And this could be people in your sphere of influence. It doesn't just have to be for you. So let's see what we got here. Okay, the Ace of Wands. Big theme I've been seeing with earth signs this week is their energy, what they're putting their focus on. That's a good card to start, though. That's something revving up the engines. Okay, we got the Two of Pentacles. Another repeating card I've been seeing for earth signs. We'll get one more out here. So far, so good. Now, I don't want to jump the shark just yet, but the ones, twos, you might be at the beginning of a new cycle of some sort. And there it is once again. We have the fiery King of Wands himself. Okay, so we're definitely going to have to break this down. Like I said, with all this wand energy, your passion, your drive, the fire within you could be at play. Now, real quick, classical meanings first before we get that juicy stuff. Position number one, the Ace of Wands, as I always say. All aces are opportunities, so this could be some sort of good opportunity or something new coming your way, especially since we have the ace, which represents one, then a two right next to it. So there could be something new coming in. But this Ace of Wands is really nice, okay? That fire, that burn, that passion within you. Are you spending it in the right places? We'll talk about that more when we get to the King of Wands, all right? Are you making the most of your energy? Are you squandering your energy? This card can also speak about one's sexuality or libido because it is a phallic symbol, so maybe some of you are a little more wound up than you normally are, all right? But we're not going to talk about all that. The Ace of Wands is usually a good card of fire. So we're going to have to see what elements are playing off of it when we clarify. Moving to the center, we have the Two of Pentacles. As I say with all twos in tarot, they represent crossroads, decisions. But if none of that is at play, it could represent partnerships. Now, the Two of Pentacles can absolutely represent work situations, the material. But this is a very balanced, optimistic type of card. So this could be something coming into a state of balance. This could be something improving for the better. So we're going to need to see what's clarifying that. But there is a little highlight on those you're connected to with this in the center. Now moving to the back here, we have the King of Wands himself. Some of you might be connected to a fire sign when he shows up. Doesn't matter which one, Aries, Leo, Sag. Some of you might just be on the cusp of Aries when this guy shows up. But when I see the King of Wands, kings represent control of their respective suit. And all the things I was speaking about with the Ace of Wands, that fire, that passion, that burn, he is attempting to at least control that. Okay, so what are you focused on? Are you putting your energy towards good pursuits? Are you squandering it? Those are the questions we think of when we see this King of Wands. It can also represent entrepreneurial feelings, being a shot caller of some kind. So some of you might be in big boss mode right now. We'll just have to see what's up because we got a lot of fire going on here. And fire, like I said, could be a little volatile, could be explosive sometimes. So let's dive deeper on all this, Taurus. Let's jump in and clarify. Pardon me. Let's get a good shuffle here for the Taurus collective. Let's see what's going on, my guides. Talk to me. We got an interesting one on our hands. And yes, my friends, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot because, as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on this Ace of Wands. See why that's here. And also, if you read tarot yourself, that's why this box is here. Please feel free to play along. If you're feeling any messages off this card, off these cards, you could drop it down in the comments. I don't mind. Your comment will stay. So why is the Ace of Wands here? Thank you. All right, so a lot of you, even if you don't know it, you might have an overabundance of internal energy. A lot of you might have your motor revving about something. We have the Nine of Swords in reverse, and I do feel like some of you need to work out some sort of anxiety or energy within you that needs to just be pushed out, whether it's through physical activity, whether it's through mental stimulation. The Nine of Swords in reverse is the best way we want to receive this card. This is a card of nervousness, anxiety, but notice it's in the reverse under this Ace of Wands. Now, for some of you, this could be some sort of new thing, good change that is really going to assist you moving forward, that is going to make you much less stressed. I'm feeling like a stress reliever here. But for a portion of you, if you've been dealing with stress, anxiety, nervousness, or have anybody in your life that is dealing with those things, physical activity or budgeting your energy in some kind of way could be very beneficial here with this Ace of Wands and the Nine of Swords in reverse. But there could be something really nice coming in that will be a huge stress relief. I'll see what's up when we get over to the Two of Pentacles because these two might be connected, but I really like this. And once again, we have fire, we have air in the beginning. Swords are air, wands are fire. So as I always say, when those combine, it could be a little volatile, but it could be an explosion of motivation in a good way. So this could be an explosive message in a positive way. Like explosive energy, explosive action, explosive movement, like something starting quick. So let's see what's up with that Two of Pentacles. I mean, I saw that for you a couple weeks ago too. So that energy is still persisting. Why is that Two of Pentacles here? Please and thank you. Thank you. All right. Yeah. Something might click for you or something might just like really make sense to you in this time. We have the Two of Swords in the upright under the Two of Pentacles, my big card of mystery. Something might go surprisingly well for you. This could be some sort of winter victory once again, like I've been seeing the past couple of weeks, but it might come out of left field. Okay, like I kind of was seeing in the front end here, because the Two of Swords to me, yes, it can be confusion. It can be indecision. For some of you, you might be flip-flopping between Two of Pentacles and Two of Swords mode, like where you're feeling really good about something, then you're feeling a little off about it. So this could be a bit of an emotional roller coaster, but I do believe that something is going to click. Something could make sense to you in this time. Like you might connect some dots and figure something out. There's a big possibility for that. We're like, all right, no more confusion about this subject. But for another portion of you, something can go surprisingly well for you or surprisingly good or something that just comes out of left field. It's a beautiful type of energy I'm feeling here. Okay. And like I said, we saw opportunity in the beginning. Now we have the double twos. So watch out for the number signs, synchronicities from spirit. They could be trying to lead you somewhere. And whenever we see a lot of swords, especially in the clarifiers, there's a lot going on mentally. Okay, so your mind could be running in a lot of different ways. let's move over to the Emperor and see what's up with that. We'll try to piece this whole thing together. Then I'll give you a quick recap before we get into the Shadow card. But this feels good. I'm feeling positivity in these first two rows. So like I always say, wins, victories, triumphs, they come in all different shapes and sizes. And that seems to be the theme I've been seeing for Taurus recently, at least. So that's good. Things might be changing for the better. Yeah, you might need to do a little soul searching about something. Be honest with yourself, truthful with yourself, with the Hanged Man in the upright under this King of Wands. Like really reassess your schedule. Maybe some of you are putting too much energy towards certain things. Maybe some of you aren't putting enough energy towards certain things or situations. Now, the Hanged Man could represent Scorpio. Some people also say Virgo. It is extremely analytical, it's plan-based, but it's somebody holding back a little bit. So even though we have a lot of this fire, you might be paused on something or taking a step back from something, but I get the big vibe here. There is something you need to do a little soul searching about. And like I said in the beginning here, or in the center rather, there could be something that makes a lot of sense to you. So if you get into this Hanged Man mode, maybe reserve your energy for the time being. Maybe really reanalyze your schedule, your personal relationships. See what is a worthy pursuit of your time and energy and what is not. Be honest with yourself. Do some soul searching because there could be some good benefits to be had. Interesting stuff this week. Now, the Hanged Man could also be a fire sign that you might be having issues with in this time. If we're keeping it simple, that's if you're connected to a fire sign. When the Hanged Man shows up, it's also an energy of self-sacrifice. So maybe some of you are sacrificing your own health and well-being for the benefit of others. So these are interesting things. Those are supplemental messages. I feel like the main thing here is soul searching, okay? Really reanalyze your current situation, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. So let's go through and do a quick little recap here, Taurus. And yeah, then we'll get into the Shadow card. If you kindly look in the box, position number 1, we have the Ace of Wands with the 9 of Swords in reverse. Like I said, this could be something new coming in, an opportunity, or something that happens that gives you much less stress. There's a big energy of stress relief. But I also got the vibe that if you have been having anxiety, nervousness, that's due to a lot of internal energy that you might need to work out. Physical activity or mental release, creativity could be very positive for you. Moving to the center, we have the double 2s, so watch for the number signs, maybe search repeating 2s and the angel numbers. But 2 Pentacles with the 2 of Swords in the upright, something going unexpectedly good or something surprising coming in. And we kind of see it in the beginning here. I like it though. But for another portion of you, this could be someone who's a little flip-floppy, going from positive to negative, heart, mind. So there's a lot of flip-floppy here in the middle, but overall, I do feel like this is something going better than expected, surprisingly unexpected. In the back end, we have the King of Wands with the Hanged Man in the upright. Sure, all those other sub-messages I was giving, but the main thing this made me feel was the need to do a little soul searching and honest analysis of oneself or a situation and what you might be spending your energy on, okay? Is it a positive pursuit? Is it a waste? You would know better than I, okay? And this could go for relationships, work, any part of life, but somebody around you might need to do some soul searching if you're not having issues with a fire sign. But let's get one Shadow card out here. Please take a screenshot of that and do some further research if you'd like. Let's get a good shuffle here on the Shadowland Tarot. Let's see what's in the shadows for Taurus. And I really like to pull this at the end of every reading because it's a nice little capstone. See what we might not be paying attention to. See what might be lingering in the shadows, whether it's something that's been there for a while or something that is recent that we need to work through. So what's in the shadows for Taurus? Thank you. Okay, we have the High Priestess. Interesting. Like I was saying, the soul searching comes to mind again with the High Priestess because she's all about the unseen, the psychic, the intuitive. Now, this could be somebody ignoring their intuition for sure, because remember, we have to look at the shadow side of the High Priestess. In her shadow side, she could also be very secretive. Okay, so maybe there is something that you've been holding to yourself for a very, very long time that could be eating you up from the inside. Obviously, that's not for every single Taurus. But for another portion of you, watch out for any sort of dicey spiritual practices or anybody that's involved with those when the High Priestess shows up in the shadows. But another thing aside from the secrecy is the withdrawn nature of her. So try not to be too disconnected from everyone around you in this time, or there might be somebody else around you that's a little bit disconnected that you might want to check in on. So do with that what you will. Also, don't ignore your gut when she shows up in the shadows. So Taurus, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet. I'm going to give you the details of the June subscriber surprise. If you got your name in for the May subscriber surprise, the winners will be in my community tab on June 1st. But for the June subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of one of my most favorite decks of all time, the Gilded Tarot Royale. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, 2 simple things as always. First, you must be subscribed, which I'm sure you already are. And second, since there are so many wonderfully talented tarot readers on YouTube, just drop down in the comments 1 or 2 of your favorite readers. You'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, as always, I'll announce the winners in the community tab. My friends, thank you so much. And I'll see you next time.